What's up guys, today we're doing a Cuphead tips and trick videos. We're going to be showing you some tips and tricks for if you're a beginner, and just so we don't spoil the bosses if you don't want them spoiled, then we're only going to be using Inkwell IO 1 bosses for this video. So get a comfy spot and buckle up your seatbelt so we can get this video started. So tip number 1 is only parry if you can. So right here you can see that I'm parrying the worms. It's not going that fast, it's not that hard, but when you're a beginner, it's not very easy to parry. Parrying was the thing I struggled with when I first started. I always took damage when I parried. So, if you're trying to get a perfect run and score, try and save that for later. First, achieve just beating the boss first. And then later on, maybe you can try and start getting your parries up. Now let's get right into the next tip. For tip number 2, it's that you have to make sure that you actually hitting your shots. As you can see, if you're aiming at the bottom, then he doesn't have a hitbox down there. So that means for the carrot, you won't be doing any damage, and then you'll be wasting all your time. So what I recommend for starting is to use chaser bullets. So when I started at the game, I had to use chaser bullets for this boss because, yeah. And when you get better, you can use spread. But I do feel like spread is a good choice for at the start too. So you could use either one of those two, chaser or spread. But I recommend chaser at the start. It does do less damage, but it's easier to dodge the beams if you're just spraying him. So how to tell that you're doing damage is kind of obvious right now. I'm aiming up, and you can see that he was flashing white. And as you can see in this next clip, that it won't be flashing white until I do this. So right here, I'm shooting him, but I never hit the boxing glove, so they are not taking damage. And then when I parry the boxing glove, and I start spraying them for a little bit, they only take damage when you do the little mini games that they have. Like, see, for instance, this tiger, it's flashing because I'm hitting them. So for tip number 3 is don't be afraid to go small. As you can see, every time I'm dodging a bullet, I'm going small. It's just the only bad thing about going small is that you do less damage when you're shooting and you have a way farther range, so you have to be right close. But a good thing about going small is that it's just like dashing, but kind of better. Because if something is coming at you, for instance in this, when she sends out her ha-ha-ha-has or something, then you can go, or a tornado, then you can go small and go under it like I just did right there. And it's way faster. Especially if you're playing on 2-player, like some people do, then you can go out really fast to go parry your friend. So get ready for the 4th tip, and let's go! For tip number 4, you're going to learn your boss's attack patterns. Each stage is a different attack pattern, and each death is an opportunity to learn those attack patterns on your boss. Remember, you have infinite lives, so that means you have infinite opportunities to learn the patterns and attacks of your boss. Just take a few times before you actually try and beat it, just to see what you're going to be coming up against in later challenges. Tip number 5 is to never be scared to use your X attack. X attacks are important no matter what stage you're on. If you save your X attacks to the last stage, you're doing damage on the other stage. Never be scared to use your X attack. You always need to get that little bit of extra damage in. There's 3 kinds of X attacks. There's your special X attack, there's your just normal X attack, and then there's just your normal shooting. Each one of these types of X attacks do different types of damage. The best one is the special. The second best is the X attack. And the worst one is just the normal standard shooting. For this boss, I would recommend using the spread X attack, as it goes all 8 ways and can hit on each side. See how that you have to aim up, because the hitbox is above, just like in tip number 2. So guys, this is the end for the tips and tricks video. Hope you liked it. It took me a while, so please drop a like and subscribe, and peace out.